Hey guys, my name is Graham. I've been putting these fishing videos out here for a few weeks now, and I realized I haven't really shown you guys how I set up my lures and I set up my rigs and everything. So today I was going to sit down and show you how I rig everything up before I go out there fishing tomorrow. So I start off, and I'm just going to go ahead and unrig this one. I didn't really do a good job rigging it up because you see I just did a uni knot because I was out there on the water. I was kind of lazy. Didn't really have enough time to sit down and rig it up the way I want to. So before I go out there every time, I try and re-rig it just to make sure that I get it just the way I want to. So what I'm going to use is, you may not be able to tell, this is Advanced GT fluorocarbon. This is 20 pounds. This is the size I'm going to use. It really varies. I use 20 to 30 depending on the size of the fish, the clarity of the water, all of that. Since I'm trying out a new spot tomorrow, I really don't know what the clarity is going to be like. So I'm going to go with the 20 pound fluorocarbon because it's going to be a little bit harder for the fish to see that. For hooks, I'm going to use the 2-aught owner. I'll switch between these and Moostads. They stay sharp. I don't like to go over 2-aught. I'm fishing for snook, trout, and redfish, so they're not really going to see the 2-aught, and they're going to be hitting the shrimp so hard that it's not going to matter that the hook's a little bit larger. If I'm targeting sheep's head or snapper, I'll use a bit of a smaller size there. So let me go ahead and take this one apart so that I can start rigging up for you guys. Go. Alright. Alright. So the way I connect my leader to my braid is I do a uni to uni knot. I know that's very basic, it's not one of the more advanced ones, but that's what I've always used. I haven't had any problems casting it, and it's worked really well for me. Let me just see if I can't get this fluorocarbon out of here. Alright. So I'll pull out. I kind of overdo it, I think. Get this out of my way here. Slap it all down. Alright. So I'm pulling out, arm to arm. Maybe a little bit more. That way I don't have to redo my leader every time that I decide to change lures or change hooks or anything like that. So do the uni to uni knot. Very simple knot. I'm sure most of you know how to do it, but I'll break it down for you just so there's no questions. So, start out, and I'll usually lick the line just because it makes it a little bit more lubricated, easier for the knot to go. So I'll just do that real quick. And then you take your braid, you take your leader, and I put it right behind the braid, right there. I bring it straight down so that there's a little loop there. See? And then I'll pinch it. Make sure it's still in front of there. Gotta turn it around here. So I'll pinch it, and I will hold this part with my right hand as I take the short end and wrap it around. Now, my grandpa taught me you gotta wrap it 8 times, is what he taught me. So that's what I always try and go by. Now obviously if I'm in a hurry, I'll usually go, 4 or 5 will do just fine, but 8 works really well for me. 8. Alright. Then you have your loop right there at the top. Take this line and push it right back through the loop there. And I always lick it again just to make sure that it's nice and lubricated. There we go. Then you just pull it tight. Slowly though. I like to pull it slowly because it makes the knot a little bit better. There we go. So there's the first step. Now it's not going to matter that your braid's a little jumbled up. We'll fix that here in a second. If If you want to, you could just, I just wrap my fingers around the braid here, and then I'll pull it so that it goes through. Pull it straight through a little bit. Just put your fingers on a knot and pull. Also help make your knot look a little bit prettier there. So there's one end. Then we're going to take the braid. We're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to put the braid. And I'm going to just shorten this line a little bit, make it easier. So, not that short. Alright, so we're going to take the braid, and this side's easier. We're going to take the braid, put it behind there, make the loop like you did the last time. Turn it right side up here for you. Make the loop, and then wrap it, however many times you want. I like 8, so I'm going to do it 8 times. And you're going to take this end, and you're going to push it right back through. That's hard to see here, but there's that little loop right there, and I'm putting it straight through that loop. With the braid, you don't really have to lubricate that. It's braid. And I'm going to pull both ends. I'm trying to do them at the same speed. It makes your knot a little bit prettier. And then you take the braid and you take the fluorocarbon and you pull them opposite directions. That wasn't a good example. Pull them opposite directions. See how tight that is? That's not going anywhere. There's your knot right there. That's a uni-to-uni knot. Very simple, very easy to do. Here we go. And you just cut off your excess. I don't cut it too close to the knot. I cut it pretty close, but I'll leave myself like maybe 1/8 of an inch. I'll leave myself about that much. About that much. That way, because the knot, it's based on tension. The more it pulls, the tighter the knot gets, so if it loosens at all, it won't give way. Same with the braided side. And that's really not going to cut down on my casting distance enough for it to make a difference. Sharpen my knife. There we go. Right there. Alright. Now, that's our uni-to-uni knot. Look how very nice looking knot there. So then we go to the other end here. We're going to take our owner 2/0 circle hooks. Since J hooks are frowned upon, we're going to use circle hooks. You really don't have to set the hook with these, which is another good thing about them, although I come from bass fishing, which makes it a very hard habit to break, which is why I like the J hooks. And I'm going to put a loop knot on this. Now loop knot's basically a uni knot, only it gives the hook a free range of motion, lets the live bait move around a little bit more, and from my experience I've attracted more fish doing it that way. So what you do for the loop knot is you take your end before you put the hook on there, and you're just going to act like you're going to tie a single knot here. So you just wrap it around and you act like you're tying a knot. See? But you don't go all the way. So here's your loop for your knot right there. Then you're going to take the end and you're going to string it through your hook right here. There we go. And then we're going to come back up to the knot, or where the knot will be, and we're going to take our extra piece of line here and we're going to run it up through that hole. And you can make your loop as big as you want. I will say, the larger your hook, the more motion it's going to have, but the more likely it is that you're going to hit weeds. So I like to keep it fairly small because it still gets good motion. Then you're going to wrap this around like the uni knot. And again, 8 times or 4 times will do fine, 5, 6, whatever you think, whatever your lucky number is. We're just going to bring this and we're just going to put it right back down through the loop there. Again, I'm going to lubricate the line a little bit, just so I don't get any of those nasty crinkles in my line. There we go. Huh? Maybe. There we go. We're going to pull it. Then we're going to do this right here. Pull that down. Yeah, a few crinkles, but not too bad. And that's going to hold. You see, you got yourself a nice little loop knot here. Make it look pretty for you. Usually, I don't go through all this detail. I'm just out in the water doing this. Alright, there we go. That's about how much line I want to leave. Does it make a difference? Like I said, it's not going to affect your casting, obviously, because it's down at the bottom, and the fish aren't going to see that really. So then, make sure that's nice and tight. Make it a clean knot there. There we go. Let's just do that. And then, this guy's not going anywhere. Look at that. Not going anywhere. And that's just how I typically rig up. Again, when I'm out in the water and I'm feeling lazy, there's nothing wrong with the uni knot. And the uni knot, if you're in the grass, will probably work a little bit better for you because you're not going to have to fight those weeds and the grass out of your knot. And you don't want those in your knot because the fish do notice that kind of thing. Nobody wants lettuce with their shrimp or chubs or greenbacks, whatever you're doing. So, hope this helps you guys out. I'm going to go out there and catch some fish tomorrow. Stay tuned, and I hope you enjoy the video.